All right, hey guys, I'm here at the promenade near Mactan, Newtown, and today I thought I would discuss about having a backup plan if you're out here living in Southeast Asia. Stick around. Okay guys, so I was thinking today, and I was thinking about this whole pandemic or plandemic, whatever you want to call it. And I was thinking to myself that a lot of guys who were living out here never really had like an exit strategy or a backup plan, or they were living not a minimalist lifestyle and they started accruing a lot of stuff, and that kind of created a lot of problems for some people. So I have seen it's been over a year now since this pandemic has started. It started around mid-March last year here in the Philippines, where everything locked down, and now we are almost at the end of April in 2021, and this thing is still going strong with no signs of slowing. And even at some point, geo in the Philippines may be geo out of the Philippines, because I will hit my 3-year mark, and at 3 years here, you are required to leave if you're on a tourist visa. Typically, you could leave for about 24, 48 hours, come right back, and the whole clock starts over again. Now, I've known a lot of different expats who have come up on their 3 years and they've already had to leave, and it's happening more and more and more all the time, because the majority of guys out here are on a tourist visa. And a few are, of course, a good handful are out here on a retirement visa, married to a Filipina, things like that. So it got me to thinking about one of my friends in particular. His name is Vern. Some of you guys have seen his channel. And, he was not a minimalist at all. He ended up getting a car, I think, and 2 motorbikes, acquiring a lot of possessions, almost like he did with his lifestyle back in the West. Now, he found himself coming up on the 3-year mark shortly after this whole pandemic started. And so he thought, and many of us thought, that he would leave and this thing would be over in a few months. Well, here it is, over a year later. He went to Turkey, initially thinking, okay, I'll be in Turkey, this thing will end, and then I'll come back. Well, his time in Turkey ended too. He could only stay in Turkey for so long. Now he's in Albania. And in Albania, he can stay for a year, but then at some point, he's going to have to leave Albania. And it really got me thinking about unexpected things that could happen if you're living out here, not just in the Philippines, but in Southeast Asia in general. For me, I've always been kind of a minimalist, and this actually cements the fact that I think it's really important to be a minimalist if you're out here living in Southeast Asia, the Philippines, because something like this can happen, and at least you can grab all your possessions and be gone. Now, poor Vern is still paying rent in the Philippines and storing all his stuff. Why? Because he is captive by his things, his possessions. If he didn't have a car, 2 motorbikes, and all these possessions, he would be mobile and he wouldn't be paying all these extra expenses. But because of that, he's going to have to maintain paying for his place here in the Philippines until this thing is over. And again, there's no end in sight in the foreseeable future, really, or in the near future, I should say. Probably likely this thing's going to go through next year. Now, it got me thinking about, okay, my time is going to end next year around June, and at that point I'll have to leave. Would this thing keep, will it keep going through June next year? I don't know. But the one thing I can say is I don't have a lot of stuff. I do have a motorbike that I would likely keep, and I would probably just store it someplace, but that's just the motorbike. But my possessions I could easily pack up, and the stuff that I don't, I'm not that hung up on it that I wouldn't mind just selling it or dumping it, getting rid of it, really. So it got me also thinking that this was crazy. This was just a pandemic. Who would have saw this coming? But it could have happened with political unrest in the country that you're residing in, out in Southeast Asia. Look at Myanmar now. There's expats actually living in Myanmar. You have Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, and you never know. There could be some kind of political unrest where you're forced to leave, some natural disaster, some earthquake, some major typhoon rolls in. You just really don't know. Anything could happen, and you really need to be kind of a minimalist and have a plan B or a plan C. Where do you want to go? Where would you go? And do you still have a place out in the West? So for me, I likely will end up going back to the West. I have things I have to do. I'll probably be there for about 3 months or so. And then I will head out to, back to the next available country that's available. It could be Indonesia. It could be Thailand, if the Philippines isn't open. It could be Malaysia. I just don't know. It depends what is open at that time. So, but again, a lot of people choose to maintain a home, maybe out in the West. They maintain their car, they still keep it, or they live out here part-time and live in another place part-time. But again, this whole video is basically, the point is, it's better to be a minimalist. It's better to expect the unexpected. It's better to have a plan B and a plan C. Where would I go? I know there's a lot less options now than there were before, absolutely. But you still got to have a plan B and a plan C. And you also have to plan for, when you get elderly. Are you in a place, or if you're living out in the province and there's no good health care nearby, I think you need to have a plan B. You need to either find some home health care. You need to move locations to be near a hospital here in the Philippines, or you may want to move to a Southeast Asian country that has good health care. Malaysia, Thailand is known for tourism, medical tourism. Do you want to be a single guy the rest of your life? Do you want to settle down? I mean, you got to have some plans in place. And so that's basically what this whole video is about. Again, better be a minimalist, have a plan B, and have a plan C. Let me know what your comments, opinions are on this matter, and what kind of lifestyle do you live? Are you a minimalist, or will you be a minimalist if you come out here? Let me know down in the comments, guys. I appreciate you watching.
All right, guys, I'm at a place called the Promenade. It's right outside of Mactan, Newtown, and I like to come here and hang out for coffee and stuff, but this is brand new. And there's an Italian place. There's the Gallery Wine and Spirits, which is really cool. They got an outdoor bar at the pizza place where you can sit and have a drink and order Italian food. And then one of my favorite coffee shops, which is Tom and Tom's Coffee. I like to come here. Some of the best coffee in Mactan. And then there's a yummy crab place here. But this is the Gallery, and it's nice to come here at nighttime and just check out, have a glass of wine, and you can come out here and they bring these things over to you and chill the wine in, but nice view. And again, you got the Italian deli kitchen. A lot of these places are closed. District Fiesta, Mango Bistro, all these places are not even open right now. Why? The pandemic. Crab place, Yummy Crab, not opening soon. This is a fountain. This place is literally a ghost town. But all these places just shut down. Now this one place, Korean restaurant, is open in the evening, but it's not open right now. And there's another place, a spa place, Spa Blue. That's not open either. It was at one point. But it is nice to come out here at night. Tom Tom's is kind of hopping, people hanging out and having a coffee. And in the background, There's the ocean out there. You can see the ship out there in the background. The mountains as well. But yeah, here's the Spa Blue, not even open. It was open at one point but closed down. And a lot of new shops coming in. When the shops will even come in or who's going to even rent it, I don't know, because there are just no customers at this point. You know, there's underground parking as well. Let's take a walk over here. But I like coming out here in the evening when the sun is setting, and you can come out here on a date at the place and just enjoy a coffee, late night coffee, or you can get a glass of wine. Kind of a nice ambiance, but this place is closed too. But again, Tom and Tom's Coffee Shop, I like that place. That's open. This place, the Galley Wine and Spirits, is open in the evening time. Great to sit here and chill. And the Italian Deli and Kitchen is open with no customers. But again, you can hang out over here and eat. But pretty empty. But this is called the Promenade, right outside of Mactan, Newtown, which is right in the background. So guys, I appreciate you watching today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.